Asterix and Obelix God Save Britannia is a movie about Asterix and Obelix, and it's not a cartoon movie, it's a real movie. And I think it came out in 2012, I'm not sure. Anyways, after finished watching this movie on HBO, I will give it a 6 out of 10. Maybe actually I will give it a... No, I will give it 6 out of 10 and 4 on the dice. Let's start with the story, which is not good at all, but still the movie is enjoyable to watch, because even though the story is not interesting in this Asterix and Obelix movie, they still manage to make me laugh with their silly humor, and the French humor and also the French language in this movie is rather funny, and they only need to speak in order to make me laugh a bit, because the French here is it's French, but still it sounds a bit like they are trying to make it a mix between French and English sometimes, since they are in in the United Kingdom. Though it doesn't really look like that. I have to be honest and say that I have my suspicions that they have made the whole movie at the same location, and yeah, that's because, well, a lot of the landscape looks very similar to where the gallons, or the people that Asterix and Obelix are part of, where they are living in this story. Also, you have the Romans who are coming to attack them, with Caesar as always part of it, and as always the Gallons are crushing them, because they have their strength drink that they can drink from, and Asterix and Obelix are unbeatable, at least Obelix is. Which is still being played by Gerard Depardieu, who makes a nice, fun character out of Obelix, as always. There is a new Asterix character, or actor, that was also part of the previous Asterix and Obelix movie. And I think he does his job okay, though I have to say that I preferred the first Asterix actor that was playing in the two first Asterix and Obelix movies, but the cooperation and the friendship between Asterix and Obelix in this movie is rather good, and I do have to say that they managed to make a bit of a friendship in this movie that you can relate to, and also they managed to make some of the scenes a bit funny with how they talk to each other. And yeah, there are some feelings in this movie, which is why I have always liked Asterix and Obelix, because it's not taking itself too serious as a story. And that's a nice thing, because this movie has not the best story I've seen. It feels like they have just made a mashup of different scenes altogether, and a lot of romance are put into this movie, some random characters here and there, but overall the atmosphere is rather good and positive. It's light-hearted. You are also introduced suddenly to some Vikings that come and go in this movie. And yeah, a lot of things happening at once. But in the end, since the movie is not taking itself so serious, you should not be taking it so serious as well. Just look at it as a fun little HBO movie that you can have some smiles, maybe some laughs at. And don't expect the best animation. I'm thinking about the graphics for the fighting scenes, which are rather simple in this one. You can clearly see that they have just used maybe a computer or something to illustrate Romans that are being crushed by the Gallants, as always. And yeah, what more can I say? Nothing special about the music. The characters are likable. It's funny, as mentioned. And I will give it a 4 out of 6 on the dice and 6 out of 10.